All right, I think we're live, China. What are your thoughts?
I think we are too, and I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited too, um, because our virtual write-in today is all about planning, which is me as a planner, my favorite thing to do. Or is it really about pantsing? We don't know. So that awkward segue is how I'm going to introduce our virtual write-in this week. So if you remember, we have our fundraiser going in, which is our Nano Prep 101. Basically, Catherine put the link in the chat a couple of minutes ago, but if you're interested, it's a fundraiser about donating to NaNoWriMo, and in return, you get this really sick merch where you can declare yourself a planner or a pantser or plantser. And for people who don't know what that is, who are tuning in for the first time, a planner is someone who plans everything out in NaNoWriMo, just sticks to the outline. A pantser who's someone who shows up to NaNoWriMo with just a pen and a mug of coffee and they just begin. And a plantser is someone kind of in the middle who does a little bit of both, knows what they're doing, but doesn't know exactly every obstacle in the path ahead of them. So, if you're new here, make sure to check out the resources in the description box below. And once again, this virtual write-in is going to be all about finding out the planner, pantser, and plantser within not just us, but our characters. So
Yeah,
I will. Oh, wait, sorry. Yes, China.
I was just going to remind you that we, as planters, like I am, are the best. So,
Oh, we're
and
not
just as a
the.
reminder, my name is China, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am a plantser and being rule.
Mhm. And I'm Sandra. Thank you for reminding me to do introductions, China. I'm Sandra. I'm the programs intern, and I'm a planner, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
Yeah, so let us know if you're a planner or a plantser in the chat, or if you're a pantser and you just kind of just fly by the seat of your pants every November. We're kind of curious to know. Um, and
Everyone is valid.
yeah, everyone, we all matter here. Like genres, all genres matter. So let us know what genre you're right into.
Yeah. All right. Shall I introduce the first prompt, China?
Yeah.
All right. So for our first sprint, we're going to have a 5-minute sprint. We're just going to talk about how to do a super detailed, or we're going to ask you to write a super detailed step-by-step plan for your character. So when we say that, we mean that very loosely. So you can interpret that whichever way you want. Like maybe your character's in the kitchen making a sandwich, and this is their plan for what they're going to do. Or maybe this is a villain of yours, and they have a plan for world domination. What's that plan? What's their plan for the day? What's their plan for their life? Anything goes. Um, so once again, we're going to do 5 minutes. We're going to have the prompt be posted in the chat, um, so that if you don't know what it is, it'll be there. Just scroll and find the bright yellow NaNoWriMo tag. And yeah. All right, China, you ready?
Yeah, just really quick, don't feel like you have to stick with this prompt. If you have something else you want to do, if you're like a pantser and you feel like this isn't, something like in your wheelhouse, feel free to, write something else. We're open.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's write.
All right.
Just wanted to let everyone know we're at the 2-minute mark. Okay, we're coming on the last few seconds, so try and get down as much as you can. Okay, and that's time. How did everyone do? What did you write about?
Oh, well, I wrote about my main character's plan for his life, which meant getting out of uh, his miserable high school, going to college, and then after that, getting a job. Um, and then it kind of freaked me out because I was like, "Oh, I'm still in college, and that's and I need to start thinking of a plan for me." Not to get too existential out here. I don't know. What did you write, China?
So I wrote like a get ready with me for my main character. So like it's very detailed. It goes minute by minute, which I
Mhm.
did not plan on writing. But hey, I have like from the morning, like the time she wakes up to like every bathroom break she takes during the day.
That's
So
amazing. Very like vlogger style.
yeah, it's really weird. I did not plan on doing this, but what did everybody else write?
While people are getting their discussions in, I just want to note that during our writing, people were talking about changing panther to panther because of autocorrect, and I just thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah, I see.
Mhm.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, be
And
whatever
it
you
looks like
want.
we do have quite a few pantsers and watching today. So
Hmm.
just want to let you know, pantsers, you are seen. You are valid.
Planners, you are valid too, and planters, you're just
Planters,
validated
we
all.
we are the most valid.
I concede.
Because we're right in the middle. But we make plans and never stick to them, which is or maybe that's just me. That's how my entire writing career has gone. Like every year, every NaNoWriMo, I make a plan and then it just dissipates with each day.
Incredible. Oh, okay, okay, so look at all these there's a bunch of amazing ones, like, Gay Goth Guys, fantastic username. I wrote about one of my main characters putting on makeup in order to meet suitors. Seemed very similar to your, "Get ready with me," China.
Oh, and I see Scars Like Velvet says my MC's plan on how to become a werewolf in 10 easy steps. You might have to link that plan because I'm curious.
Oh my. Uh, Someone did write TL wrote about their villain's daily plan. She spends a huge amount of time on social media reading up on the people she opposes. I
I
didn't
mean,
think about villains in the modern day. It's great.
I feel like it would be very hard to like have a secret identity right now. Maybe
Mm.
that's just me, but like it's so
Is that
easy,
a
like with
challenge?
facial recognition, like software and everything. Like you
Hmm.
could probably figure out who like your nemesis was fairly easily.
Yeah. I guess that's like the plot of Spider-Man now. Oh wait, spoilers? I don't know. Sorry.
Oh no,
It's like a 2-year-old movie, I think. Yeah, it's very old.
I have no idea.
Um, oh, there's a Jennifer Pendragon has a main character demon playing an arranged marriage for herself. That is an RPG I want to play. um,
Like that, I don't. I've never really thought about people who arrange like arranged marriages. You know, you always hear about them, but you never like think about who picks who this person's going to marry. So that's kind of cool.
mhm.
Ellen Porter says that quite often I make the best plans and a certain character will take the story in a different direction. I feel you. Like sometimes your characters just take over and they don't want to listen to what you have to say.
Yeah,
And it's just rude of them.
I feel like that happens to even the best of planners, you know? Sometimes the character just wrest controls of the story out of your grasp.
Hmm.
Mhm. Oh, John Mountain wrote, I wrote the warm heartfelt of apologies to my bike who was kidnapped from the back of my truck by a real life villain who probably wears eye masks and striped suits. Um, that's great. I love that you went off book with the prompt because that is very entertaining. Nice.
I see that Tammy Hine, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, what it says. I wrote about my main character going for a run around town, which is new for her. She made a plan for her route, but hit a wall, literally. And that just gave me like super road runner, like vibes. I don't know.
Mhm.
I just thought that was funny. Maybe I'm old, but I used to love that cartoon. So,
Yeah, you're not much older than me, and
but
I
like,
was
do you
in,
still?
well, I never watched Roadrunner cartoons, but that's because I wasn't allowed to as a child.
Ah,
Cartoons
I
were seen
mean,
as something that would ruin my mind. And jokes on my parents. I now watch a lot of cartoons. um,
like I still remember when Wild E. Coyote spoke. He doesn't speak now, so
mhm,
but I
yeah.
still remember fierce. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm glad to see I'm not the only one who just like has their plans just go off like really, really, really left field.
Yeah. But like, okay, so for the pantsers out there, what are some pantsing, or I guess that's not the greatest way to phrase it. What are some pantser techniques that you find really helpful for you when you're writing? Like, what do you as pantsers do? This extends to you, China, as someone who validates the pantsers. Because for me, I'm terrified to approach a story without having an outline because I'm afraid that I'll constantly lose interest in what I'm writing.
For me, like I'm usually plan at least a little bit. This year I have nothing planned. I started working like during our first virtual write-in, and I've determined in my mind that I'm only going to work on the story
Mhm.
during virtual write-ins until November. So it's very, very vague right now. Um, so I don't even know. Like a part of me is panicking, but I feel like there's also a huge like calm peace, like because you're not worried about everything has to stick to this plan. I have to, make sure that all my characters relate this kind of way. So it's kind of just like it's kind of I don't know. It's like when you're in like I don't know. Did anyone ever do like those writing prompts during school? Like you had to like power of the pen or whatever it was called. You just have to write a story like off cuff for like an hour. It's kind of like that. It's fun, but without a lot of the stress related to it. It's a lot less stressful than I thought it would be, I should say.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a great way to talk about how childhood influenced you to become the strong, independent panther that you are today. Um, yeah, there's a lot of great tips in the chat. Dressing as a character when I write from Francesca Sibley. Uh, just keep writing what you feel in your heart. Thank you, Jay Morris. It's very inspiring. Um, and Russell Coleman says, I was a pantser in college. My key to success was to embrace desperation. Uh, that's amazing. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, there's some really interesting one like Imaginos Desdenova. I probably like bash that like horribly, but says, listen to my characters and play follow the leader. I like that idea where it's not really you writing, it's kind of just like you going along with where the characters want to go.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
I also appreciate all the chatter going on about how Wile E. Coyote spoke. And yes, he did. He did speak. And he was really intelligent too. Like he had like an accent where you would just imagine someone like eating crumpets. He had, he was really smart, and then they got rid of, he doesn't speak anymore. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's my rant about old cartoons.
I just have no idea what you're talking about, but that's okay.
After this, I give you full permission to put off your schoolwork and watch cartoons.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I'll let my professors know. Okay. Well, these are all great. Should we move on to the next prompt?
Yeah, we can head over to the next prompt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you guys can keep talking about how awesome your stories are. I'm really excited to read them. But for those who want to move on to the next prompt, or you can continue writing on the first one. Like we're open here. We have no, parameters. Um, so for this next prompt, what we're going to do is
Oh no, I can't tell if I'm frozen or if China's frozen.
never do. So like if you're writing a story where your main character is like an 85-year-old grandma who like has this one chance to, I don't know, jump out of an airplane, uh, whatever. I feel like that's a very extreme example, but we're gonna go with it. I stand by my example. And so we're just gonna use these next 10 minutes to um, work on that prompt. Or if this prompt, doesn't really fit your style, you can work on the last prompt or just write whatever might help you in your, story.
Yeah, or just keep writing meep meep in the chat. So perplexed right now, but it's very entertaining. Oh,
Yeah.
I think you were a bit frozen, China. So do you want to repeat the prompt? Oh no, Catherine put it in the chat. Well, once again, write a scene where your character makes a split-second decision to try something they never thought they would do. And then China, your stunning example was.
Oh, yes. I gave an example. Like, if your main character is an 85-year-old woman who has to decide whether or not to jump out of, an airplane, whether it's on fire or not, it's completely up to you. But, something like that. I feel like that's an extreme example, but, you know, split
High
second
stakes.
random decision.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody ready? And so we're going to start now. And if you feel like this prompt doesn't work for you, you can always continue working on the first prompt or, write something else. Like if you're already working on something and you just want to continue that story, feel free to do that. You don't have to work from the prompt. So we have 5 minutes left. Okay, so we have about 2 minutes left. Okay, and that's time. How did everyone do?
I got very distracted from the prompt. I don't know about you, but for me, I just started writing. I just started wondering, is my main character an impulsive guy, or is he like me, a planner? So then I got very, so I don't think I actually talked about his actions. I mostly just wondered about, philosophized about his character.
Hey, that counts too.
Was that
And
enough
it's weird.
planter energy? Sorry.
I kind of did the same thing, honestly. I like the first like half I spent like planning out what this person was like going to be trying to decide, which I mean kind of gets rid of the whole split decision part of it.
Hmm.
But then I spent like the next few minutes writing about what they were trying to decide and how they were trying to like in these like couple of seconds in their head trying to rationalize what decision they were going to be making. Um, I see some pretty awesome word count. Scars Like Velvet had 324 words. That is awesome.
So
I
ready for
wish
NaNoWriMo.
I wish I could write that fast. um, so what did everyone write about?
Ooh, Bethany Louise wrote about a supporting character who's about to get recruited by a pirate captain. Pretty sick.
Yeah, we love pirates.
Mm. We were the generation that grew up with Pirates of the Caribbean.
Esther Daniels was able to write 257 words.
Nice. Ooh, Hazard
And
Withak also got distracted. Sorry if I mispronounced your username, by the way. Accidentally wrote about his first love in a conversation he always wished he had with her instead. That's
oh,
so sad.
and feel free to write like a sentence or a word, like something you wrote to. We love reading what you guys are writing. So
Hmm.
Piper North says, I just spent the whole time speculating about how the antagonist will die. If you guys can tell from our last virtual write-in, I am all about killing off characters. So I love to see it.
Yeah, I just remember meeting you for the first time and we were talking about writing and you were like, I love making my characters suffer. Like, oh my.
Yes, that's my favorite part of being a writer. Oh my goodness, Kara Post got 506 words.
Wow.
Like, how? How is that possible? Are you a robot? Are you some sort of being from the future?
No,
Like,
just super fast.
this is amazing. Maybe I just write really slow. Who knows?
Mm. We all write at our own paces. Super fast people, valid. People who write about one word a minute, also valid. People who don't, who write one word per day, it's gonna be hard for you to win NaNoWriMo, but I believe in you.
Yeah, I think I have a friend who didn't write much for NaNoWriMo at all. And then like the last 3 days, like sit and wrote like 40,000 words. Like
That's
I couldn't do
insane.
that. I'm like, that's some serious pantsing right there. So, um, but it's still possible. You can do it. We believe in you. We believe in you here at NaNoWriMo.
Ooh, Penumbra Mine Ward said, my oracle pulled the souls from two necroriers, zombie warriors, so they could go into the light and not die cursed. That's so sweet. Oh,
I
John
love,
Mountain validates you, China, by saying the best stories kill the fascinating characters.
yes, like if you really want a good, like a really good, interesting story, you're gonna kill off your characters. I mean, you just have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't want to kill off every character. I mean, we're not we're not like some people, but kill off at least a few of them because you have to kill them off like towards the end. That way, they'll want to read the sequel, and you're just wondering why.
This is China's TED talk on murdering every character you have.
Only the ones people like. You can leave like the boring characters alive.
But do you make boring characters more interesting by killing them and have that be a repercussion?
Hmm.
Comment if you've done that and if you think it's something that works. China's face says no.
I don't know. I mean, I've killed. I mean, I've killed off boring characters in the past, but I don't think it added to the story.
Mhm.
We don't kill gratuitously here. We kill for purpose.
Amazing. Anne Marie Harvey says, I started with the prompt and then the writing took over. I ended up with a lot of backstory. It was hard, but I was finally able to rein it in. 3 handwritten pages. That sounds amazing.
Hmm. Bethany Louise comments, if you write 1 word per day, you can win Nano in under 137 years. Just remember, slow and steady wins the race. You got this. For all the vampires in the chat, you can do this.
Oh my God. Modern medicine is quaking. Mhm. There's a lot of murder talk in the chat right now. China, look what we've done.
Hey.
Shea Dunn says, my Mency made the decision to find and save her son, even though it would break her parents' heart. She's told over and over again that she's crazy. I
Oh.
think that's a really great exploration of the impulse prompt that we just had. I would read / watch a movie about it because I'm already intrigued. Like, why does her son need saving? Why are her parents' hearts broken about about her saving her grandson? I'm intrigued.
Yes, I feel like a lot of these, like, I want to read all of these stories.
Hmm.
Like, Wise Wording says, my character was hiding in an attic and just put his hand down accidentally on an ancient set of bagpipes. I meant to have him try to play them, but didn't get that far. Hey, ancient bagpipes, it makes me wonder where you're going with this. So,
Yeah, not enough bagpipes in stories. That's my hot take. We need more bagpipes in high literature. Um, that's my want and need for the upcoming NaNoWriMo.
bagpipes for everyone.
Next virtual write-in will be take your character. Now give them a bagpipe. What happened? Or give them bagpipes. What happened? Not a
Yes.
singular bagpipe. That's kind of weird.
Hey, maybe they go on a quest to find the rest of the bagpipe. You never know. I don't know.
Like Lord of the Rings, but but
Yes, but
bagpipes.
with bagpipes and ninjas.
Oh. Dark Genius 3 says, my character sort of accidentally stabbed his enemy in the neck, severing the carotid artery, then tried to stop the bleeding once he realized what he'd done. That's a wonderful combination of the morbidity of our previous talk with the impulsivity prompt. Oh, there's so
Yay.
many bagpipes in the comments now. I guess we found out where we're catching up.
Hey, bagpipes are valid.
Shayda, if my character was given bagpipes, she would put them down immediately.
And Ellen Porter says, I would rather give them recorders,
Oh,
like trauma flashbacks to like elementary school.
oh my God. Any what do you call them? Like music festival wasn't complete with like a bunch of first graders in the front just blaring away on their recorders.
Yes. And it has to be badly. They can't be good at it. They have to be bad.
Oh, Angel says, gonna have to change Frodo's last name at that point, or else you're gonna have Baggins signing bagpipes. I think that's a better Lord of the Rings.
I
I
do
kind of
too.
love it,
Like
but
someone needs to write this fan fiction right now.
mhm, mhm.
But the number mine MM Ward says, I was cooking and sat on your bagpipes. It summoned a demon. I blame you. That's actually really cool. Playing the bagpipe summons a demon.
Mhm.
That should be like a writing prompt.
Oh my god, Bethany, forget bagpipes and recorders. Kazoos are the ultimate instrument.
Yes.
I love the other things like clarinets suggested as CB 394. A lot of instrument talks. Oh, Marco Rodriguez. Ah, yes, my favorite Lord of the Rings character is Bimbo Bagpipes. I just need to shout that out. I have nothing else to add to that.
Yes. For everyone who plays an instrument, you are seen. Especially if you play especially if you play an instrument that no one else ever seems to play, like I do.
What do you
So
play?
I play the flute and the piccolo. So no one ever plays those instruments. It's always about guitars, man.
Oh, really? I know so many flutists. Not many people who play piccolos, but when like I feel like I know a surprising amount of people who played the flute, especially in high school.
Yes, bagpipes. And Shay Dunn says, what about the cymbals? Yes. And the sequel can be about cymbals.
Oh my god.
First it's bimbo and just we're just gonna the entire series is just gonna be replaced with one instrument that no one seems to, play that often.
Mhm.
Vuvuzelas. Yes, Therese RM. That's awesome.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with our prompt, but that's okay.
I know. I feel bad that we got so distracted, but also I am loving this conversation too much to be properly mad.
Yeah.
That being said, we should probably move on to our final prompt.
Yes, we
Um,
should.
yes, I'll introduce this one. This is our last sprint, so this is going to be 10 to 15ish minutes. And we're going to ask you guys to write a scene where a super detail oriented character, maybe you call them a planner, and a super impulsive character, maybe you call them a pantser, are forced to work together. What does that look like? Are there any characters that you have that are already like that? Do they butt heads? Do they find that they actually work really well together? Um, so yeah, we're gonna do that for let's say 10 minutes, China. So we have like a couple minutes to wrap up. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe let's split the difference 10 to 15 usually. So let's go with 13 minutes.
Oh wow.
um,
Spooky, spooky Halloween.
yes, spookiness. And
Hmm.
of course, like always, you don't have to go with the prompt if you want to continue writing that prompt, the first prompt, or even like the last prompt, or if you want to start writing a fan fiction featuring The Hobbit and maybe, a couple of bagpipes, we're here for you too. So I'm gonna get ready to start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's write.
My brain is just so full of bagpipes now. Oh my god.
All the bagpipes. So we're at about 5 minutes. So we have 2 more minutes left. So get those final ideas on paper. And if you're struggling like me, I see you.
Yeah, no, feel free to break off entirely in the last 2 minutes. Do anything that makes you feel creative or inspired.
Okay, and that time, how did everyone do? How are your final word counts coming out?
I never know how to answer that just because of handwriting. I
Mhm.
will say there's a lot of scribbles everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. 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 I handwrite too. And so there's this. I don't know what this is.
Oh, you guys, these are neat. All right, so for everybody, maybe we can take like 1 minute just to see what people wrote about. But I see that a couple of people were pretty stuck. So if people like ended up writing about something else, that's totally fine. Um, we're also pretty close to the end time, so we should maybe think about wrapping up soon. But I do want to see what everyone wrote.
Yeah, and I want to. Oh wow, Shay Dunham got 462 words.
Lottie Hancock got 555. I like that number. Um, Also, Piper North says we were so still sometimes that they thought their screen had frozen. I'm sorry. Next time I write, I'm just gonna do like a little
Yeah,
dance party all by myself
I'll
because I
play
totally
music.
get that in class. Like I'll be like, "Am I frozen?" Or
Ooh, Unorthodox Yo-Yo, great screen name, says I've got the first third of my nano project officially planned.
yeah, summertime
So
says
how?
zero again. Oh, sorry, China.
Oh, you're fine. I was just wondering, like, so are the planners fully planned out now, and how are the pantsers doing with this prompt?
Oh, Russell Coleman says, I wrote about my character, a planner, as a child trying to build a treehouse with his friend, the pantser. That is adorable.
Yeah. So we only have a couple of minutes left, but I'm just really excited to see what you guys are writing. Um, and some of these word counts are just astounding to me. Like anything over 100 words at this point astounds me because I write so slow. um, so I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out, and we just had so much fun with these prompts. Did everyone like these prompts?
Yeah.
And once again, I just want to shout out, for the planners and plantsers and pantsers. If you want to donate, that link is in the description box. And if you want to get some awesome planner, plantser swag, or if you just want to represent for all those amazing plantsers out there, I'm just going to shout it out one more time. Feel free to look up that link. And I think it's also in the chat towards the top of the chat as well. Anything you want to say in closing, Sandra?
Thank you guys all so much for coming out. If you'd asked me what I anticipated for this virtual write-in, a intense discussion about musical instruments, in particular bagpipes, is not what I had expected, but I will truly remember it. I have so many screenshots of just the funniest comments that will just made me chuckle so much.
Yes. And if you do happen to write, some sort of Lord of the Rings fan fiction featuring bagpipes, let us know because we want to know.
Yes, you automatically win NaNoWriMo if you send me fan fiction of Baggins and the bagpipes.
Yeah. So,
All right.
thanks again.
We'll see
Everyone
everyone
have a
next
wonderful
week.
day.